Hi everyone, it's Tawney. I feel like my eye look and my shirt match the first thing we're going to be talking about in today's Will I, Won't I Buy It, which is really ironic. I did not plan that out at all. Maybe I got the inspiration for this kind of a look from that product. But yeah, we are going to be talking about some new releases, some new launches, and my thoughts and feelings on them. Most of these are not going to buys for various reasons, and I'll get into that. There were a couple that were a little bit surprising that I weren't quite expecting, but yeah, let me guys know what you think in the comment section below if any of these are ones that you would pick up or if these are ones that you're going to skip and move on and wait for the next release on. So yeah, let's get started. The first launch we're going to talk about is the Lizzie McGuire and ColourPop collaboration. It's kind of sort of with Disney, like the Disney Channel, but it's essentially the Lizzie McGuire collection. It features 2 blushes, a lip scrub, 4 So Juicy plumping glosses, 2 glittery obsessed glitter gels, and a 12-pan palette called What Dreams Are Made Of, which I think is really cute. I feel like this collection is very fitting with the aesthetic of Lizzie McGuire. Not totally sure if it's on brand with like her as a person, but when you think of the show, I feel like all of this stuff is very on point. Like, I feel like this is one ColourPop got right, and I could be totally wrong about this. I could be one of those people who like has no idea what I'm talking about. I've never been like the hugest fan of Lizzie McGuire. Like, I thought there were better shows out. I wasn't as big into Disney as I was like Cartoon Network, somewhat Nickelodeon. So I can't really say like exactly that I'm like super excited for this. The palette looks really nice, but with all the purples in it, I feel like I do already have those purples. I have the one purple palette that it's my pleasure palette. I was trying to say that without making it like, but I have the other purple palette. I can't think of what it's called. I'll post a picture of that up here. But I have that purple palette, and I feel like I already have all of those shades in there, so I don't need to get this palette. The only difference is the 2 greens, which kind of brings up, I am doing a video, not sure when you'll see it compared to this video, but talking about eyeshadow palettes that have one random shade thrown in there, whether it be yellow, purple, green, blue, orange, what have you. And I feel like this palette kind of leans that way, but I feel like it's almost needed in this kind of a palette to keep the aesthetic going, so I'm not totally mad about that. I'm not really into like the lip glosses. That's definitely not something I'll pick up. I don't like the shades of the blushes. I feel like ColourPop always does really disgustingly sweet pink colors, and I'm not here for that, so I won't be getting them. And I really am interested in the glitter gels. I feel like they're really cool, but I don't really need them, and I feel like the glitter might almost be a little bit too thick to put on your eyes, so it might be something I'm going to pass on. But overall, this isn't really a collection I'm like eager to get. But if you are a fan of Lizzie McGuire, I feel like you might be interested in getting this. The next one is a collection from Morphe Cosmetics, and they are coming out with cream blush lights. So it says, give your cheeks a natural glowing flush. In an assortment of natural and pearl textures, the buttery cream formula melts into skin, providing a smooth, radiant finish. They're $22 each. All of the shades look really nice. Like, I'm very intrigued by this. I almost would like this as a powder product just because I lean into more powder products, but I am kind of interested in picking up 1 or 2 of these because they seem like they'd be really nice. And I've heard good things about Melt's formula in terms of like blushes and bronzers. So I think I'm going to try some of these. Some of the like more orangey, like corally type ones, peachy ones are really speaking to me. So I think I might pick up 1 or 2 of these. The next one I want to talk about, I was excited about when I saw the first pictures, mainly because of like the background look of the like set that the brushes come in, until I saw the price. These are the new deluxe blending brush set from Sigma. It is $122. I've never spent that much money on a single product before, like ever. Not even a brush. Like, most of my brushes are like Morphe brushes or e.l.f. brushes. I'm trying to lean away from the Morphe brushes just because I don't like Morphe as a whole. But I do not own a Sigma brush. I would like to own a Sigma brush, but maybe not for $122. But there are 9 different brushes that are extra soft fibers. The picture looks really nice. I'm very intrigued by it, but at the same time, when I use like the same 3 brushes, I kind of feel like it'd be a waste of $122 to get into this. But if you use your brushes a lot, or you want to splurge on getting fancy brushes, or you want to get nice brushes for using on clients, I would probably recommend this because it's probably cheaper than getting all of those individually. Usually that's the case. I'm hoping that's the case with this. Otherwise, they're taking your money. The next collection is the Now or Never collection from Morphe Cosmetics. I really like the way this palette looks. I am not gonna lie. But I just bought the exact same palette from ColourPop from their Valentine's Day collection. And I feel like I'm a little bit late with the Morphe Cosmetics one, but I kind of think it's coming out very recently, like soon, or it just came out. So I'm not that late with it, I hope. It comes with two lip glosses and the palette, and you can get the whole collection for $54, which isn't bad, except for the palette is 6 shadows. Like, that seems a little bit much, like, considering there's 6 shadows there, but I know her formula is decent. I'm hoping it's the same formula from this palette as it is with the regular palette she comes out with. So I would say it'd be a good one to pick up, but you can definitely get cheaper ones from ColourPop. Like, I paid like $12 for one of the ones that came out Valentine's Day, and I'm very much looking forward to using it because, like, the pinks look really stunning. So the next collection, the next launch, is kind of an old launch because it already launched, but it's one I haven't talked about in a will I won't I kind of video. And it is the Pout Spoken lip collection from Jaclyn Cosmetics. Now, I'm sure you guys, if you've seen any of my videos talking about influencers or beauty YouTubers who've come out with their own brands, I'm not a fan of Jaclyn Hill. I feel like she kind of manipulates her fans, manipulates her customers, and just kind of like lies to get what she wants. I don't really say she lies all the time, but she does have a habit of expanding on the truth to the point that it's like not true anymore. If that, like, I feel like I'm not making much sense, but she's not a very trusting person in my eyes. And I just honestly don't feel like I want to support someone like that. That's why I don't like to support Morphe anymore. But she came out with a lip liner and a liquid lipstick collection, if you will. I'm looking off of my phone so I can see what the things look like. She has a collection of liquid lipsticks that all look really nice. If you're not familiar with this collection, this is a relaunch of the lipstick bullets that she came out with about a year or two ago that had metal shards in them, that had fibrous hairs, that had bumps and lumps and virus, like all sorts of contaminants in them that are not okay to put in a beauty product that's going on your face, around your lips, that could be congested. Because when things are on your lips, you tend to like eat, drink, and that sort of gets in your mouth. And then there you are, like, in, you know, taking in all those bad products for you. But she's coming out with lip liners and liquid lips, and I feel like it's a decent collection. I really like a lot of the shades because they're very nude, and that's what I gravitate toward, but I'm not supporting Jaclyn Hill. I will not be buying this. The next collection, I have no idea. There's my cat Chad saying hi. Now he's going to come in because I said his name. He's so needy right now. I'm not quite sure why. The next collection is from Morphe Cosmetics. Morphe brushes, whatever. And it is featuring Tawney. I have no idea who she is or what she did. Not totally sure, not for or against this girl because I don't know who she is or what she's about. But she has a collection that has an eyeshadow palette, a bronzer, a face and body illuminator, a lip duo, and a mini lip kit. And I feel like all the stuff here is like a decent release, but the lipsticks, one's a black and one's a red, and same with the liners, and they're pencil liners, which I'm not a big fan of. I prefer the retractable ones that are a little bit more like easier to work with, but that's just personal preference. I'm not really interested in those. I feel like those shades, like, while they're good shades to have as like for anybody, it's not really my thing. I would have preferred like either pinks or nudes or something along those lines, but that's just my personal preference. There's only one bronzer, and that's kind of not great. It looks very orange, like it would not look well on me, would not look good on super deep tones. Like, I'm a little bit like confused with this. And then it has the face and body illuminator, which looks very gold and very light, like almost champagne-y, and I'm just not really like feeling it. And then the eyeshadow palette is just a bunch of rainbows. Like, that's all Morphe does when it comes out with collaborations with people, whether it be pastels or rainbows with leaning more like red or green or purple or whatever. It's always the same thing. Like, maybe that's what the person wanted. I hope they're happy with their collaboration. Like, all the people that have done them in the past who especially aren't YouTubers. But it's still like, you've already bought this. If you bought one other palette from them, you've already bought it. If you bought another collection with another influencer, you already have this palette. Like, what about this is making me want to buy this other than supporting this girl who I have no idea who she is? Definitely not picking it up. The next collection, I feel bad laughing. I feel bad laughing. I am very big about like supporting women, very big on supporting like, you know, you go girl. When I'm watching Jeopardy, if there's a girl on the screen, I root for her more so than the men. It's just kind of what I like. It's what I do. But when I saw this collection, I like died laughing. Like, I'm already having a hard time keeping it in now, and it's not even that funny. It is the Kim Kardashian and Kendall Jenner KKW fragrance collection. It includes 3 new inspired fragrances by Kendall's love of the outdoors and horseback riding. I'm not sure how big she is into horseback riding. I have barely watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and when I did, her and Kylie did not look like what they look like now. So it has been a very long time. That was back like when the show first started. I was going to give a reference point, but it's not valid now, so I'm not gonna. But it was like way back when the show first started. I think they were getting yelled at for like fighting with each other in their bedroom. So like, it's been a long time, way before Stormi was around. So they are $40 each, or you can bundle them for $110, which is a good deal because then you're saving money. There is Amber, Olive, and Blue Roan. Not quite sure. Trend Mood is loving this, so if you're a fan of Trend Mood, you might like this. They look pretty nice. I really like the colors of this. I kind of like the aesthetic. Not really feeling the picture of them going with it. It like looks fake. It honestly looks like they're wax figures. Like, I feel like they're not even real people. Like, it looks weird. Like, you tell me, like, it looks weird. The next collection is from Give Me Glow Cosmetics, and I have used this brand before. I've used their highlighter palette, and then I tested out some of their glitters. Their glitters are some of the nicest glitters I've used. I mean, I haven't really used a whole lot of them, but they are very nice. I feel like they apply really well. They go on very smoothly. They're not too chunky that they can like hurt your eyes in any way. You don't really need to apply a glitter topper or a glitter base underneath or anything. I think they work so well, and they last all day. So I'm not totally sure about their eyeshadow formula, but that's something to keep in mind. And they're coming out with Pastel Dreams, and I think this is a really cute palette. I think it looks really nice, very nice for spring and for Easter and things like that. I'm kind of thinking it might not be the greatest for summer, just because you might be going into more like neon rich tones, but that, you know, like, it's your preference. Like, I've been wearing fall stuff and it's not even fall anymore, and fall's not even my favorite season. So but it looks like a really nice palette. I would get it if I were more interested in it. So if you're interested in pastels and shimmers that look really nice, I would definitely recommend testing this out. I feel like this is a really nice indie brand that like definitely needs more support and more attention than they are getting, and the packaging just looks really nice. The next collection that we have to talk about is the BH Cosmetics Flower Power Spring Collection. There's an eyeshadow palette, a blush palette, a face and eye brush set with a bag. I really like the aesthetic around this. I feel like it's very like 70s, very groovy, very like hippie-esque. Like, I'm really feeling this. I'm not really feeling the eyeshadow palette. I feel like it's a little bit meh. Like, I feel like we've already seen it. We already have it. We don't really need it. If you're interested in these colors, their formula is good, but it's not the best. The blush palette, not really interested in, and the brushes, I'm not really like gravitating toward. Like, this is a palette I will gladly glance over and like not really pay much attention to it. The next one is from Tarte Cosmetics and their Sugar Rush branch off sister company, what have you. Don't even know who they are, but it's the Sugar Rush group, and it is the Positive Energy Vegan Eyeshadow Palette. I'm thinking that's what that's called. I think. It has 20 creamy pigmented shades, 7 matte and 13 metallic finishes. Everyday wearable warm and cool tone shades. It looks very nice. I'm not going to lie. When I first saw this, I was like, ooh, this is really intriguing. Like, I'm really liking this. I really like all of the, like, taupe shades that, like, there's a lot leaning more warm and nude, and there's a lot leaning more like purple, but still very gray underneath. This is definitely a palette I'm like gravitating toward. Like, I really want this, but I'm not sure how good the formula is, so I definitely want to see like opinions and stuff before I spend my money, because it says it retails for $32, which is kind of expensive for a brand that I'm not familiar with. But it does look really nice, and I hope that all of like the really nice shimmers and metallic shades don't just have an overspray just to make them look nice. Because I've used too many palettes in the past that have done that and have ruined it for me. That like make me have trust issues with metallic shades. And the next one and the last one we're going to talk about is the Give Back Step Up 12 color shadow palette from BH Cosmetics. Their claim is celebrate girl power and raise up women everywhere with the Give Back Step Up 12 color shadow palette featuring Step Up's orange and gold colors plus girl power pink and purple hues in smooth matte and lustrous shimmer finishes. These high impact shadows are sure to highlight your confidence in every look. 100% of net proceeds from this palette will be donated to Step Up, helping teen girls in undeserved communities fulfill their potential, and is $19. I think that is amazing. Like, I am here for that. I hate whenever brands come out with something. Like, I think whenever it was Black History Month and brands were coming out with like the blackout collection, like Ulta was involved, ColourPop was involved, I think Milani was involved. They literally, NYX was involved too. They literally just changed the packaging and we're like, we're gonna donate 10%. Like, donate all of it. You have the money. You're like huge companies. You have the money. Donate it. Like, do what needs to be done. Don't donate 10% and expect it to work. Like, I really like that BH Cosmetics is doing this. I feel like it's a really great initiative. I really love it when they help support people who don't have the means to do so themselves, who are unable to do so for various reasons. And I feel like it's a very empowering step just by putting your foot there. Like, you're not even helping them, but you're still helping them, if that makes sense. I will not be purchasing this just because it's not really my thing, but I definitely encourage you guys to do so if you're passionate about giving back in this sort of way. I can definitely give back in other ways without purchasing this palette. So I definitely feel like, you know, if you're interested in this and you're interested in the palette and the color scheme, go for it by all means. But for me, this is just one I'm not really into it, but I do have to say I really like BH Cosmetics initiative to do this and their go for doing this and all of that. And I think it's a really great first step in helping to empower young girls and like go in the right direction. So I definitely have to commend them for that. So that is all of the new releases and launches that I wanted to talk about today. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and ring that notification bell down below so you get notified when I upload my next video. And I'll see you then. Bye!